I suppose you'll be trying to persuade Toaster to put up signs to say this is Hove, will you, for when Doomy runs
Yeah,
in the second
yeah,
week?
that's it. That's it. That's it. Yeah. No, he's listen. He had that injury. We had to withdraw him. Was unfortunately. Stefano operated on it. All went very well. He done a very good sprint trial. He done a very good four bend trial. That's all he had since then. He should come forward again. The ones on his inside, they're not the quickest away. If he can clear them, he'll be a massive runner. He's in good form, and I think he'll go well.
So, Rab, looking at Heat 2, what's your thoughts? King Axel drawn track 2. Um, is he going to get a run? I mean, he's not the fastest away, is he?
He's not the fastest away, Floyd, but I'll be truthful with you. I've watched him the last couple of trials he's had up there, and I've been so pleased with him. Whether it's a noisy hair or what it is at Towster, I've been so pleased with the way he's been running, but it's only been trials, Floyd. So, I mean, he's beat Queen Dolly twice. So, if you look at Queen Dolly's form, she's not a bad wee bitch, and he's just done the business twice against her, and twice he's done it. So, I think it's a very, very hard race. Volcanic Reef has been a great old dog for Mick Pacey and Heather Dimmock. He's been a great old dog. I think he won. I think he was favourite, whether he won the big unit over that. But I know he's been in a few finals. So he's in track one. Would he really want track one? I'm not too sure. I don't know whether he'd want to move off slightly. Bocco's Doomy, well, everybody knows Bocco's Doomy. He's been a great dog all last year and everything. He's been an absolute star for Big Patrick. Now, everybody knows he's turning violently left coming out of the boxes. So it's all there to play for. And then you've got wee Ernie's dog, you and Jacko, ran great at Hove, bang straight out of the middle of the track. So he's going to look for a great run. He's absolutely going to get a great run going up the middle of the track. And Savannah Cody, I don't know too much about Savannah Cody, Diane Henry's dog. I think I seen him trialing up there when I was trialing. She gave him a sprint. I think he done about 16, 19 when I was there. I seen him trialing that night. I think he was meant to be in against Queen Franklin that night, and she switched it round about to Riband Ht. But I don't think it'd have mattered because she's running the place so well. But then you've got in trap 6, Fawn Rebel. Well, he's been running the place so well. I think there were a wee bit of touch and go with that dog. I think there were a lot of talking on being a wee bit on the bob or whatever, you know what I mean, for Richard Yates. But listen, and the runs at Towster, and you've got to take Towster has been different because it's such a noisy hair and everything, Floyd. It might be just something that this dog suits. So, listen, this is a hell of a race. Volcanic Reef, Bocco's Doomy, and you and Jacko and Fawn Rebel. There's 4 dogs in the race with either mine's or Diane's that you could make a case for every one of them. You know what I mean? So, I would just like to see a wee bit of the All Axel coming back to Sally. He's been in a bit of kind of funny place for the last wee while, and he wasn't running the way he should have been running. But we've tried a few things and switched him round a wee bit. And I've taken him up to Towster, and the 2 trials I've given him at Towster, I'll be truthful with you, Floyd, is I've seen a wee bit of his old sparkle coming back into him. So I'm absolutely delighted with him. And he's not the fastest to Ben, but you would either want to be out a length in front of them or tucked in behind and a length behind them. And if he's tucked in a length behind them and there's a bit of a mess at the bend because one's wanting to move off and two's barging for the rails, no less two, it's a flyer. But there could be a wee bit of a messy race at the first bend when you and Jacko, Fawn Rebel and Volcanic Reef and all the rest of it. We all know what Axel's like. Axel would be there to pick up at the tail end of the race because there's one thing about him, he's just powering home. He's doing a lot of his work from the home straight.
I was going to say that the long term, I mean, certainly even from his very early races when he started at Central Park, he looks like a future stayer, doesn't he? I take it this is to get him back on track for that after his injuries.
Aye, well, he did have a few injuries, and he went a wee bit down, and I don't know whether it was his injuries that was causing that, Floyd, but the dog seemed to go down a wee bit, and he seemed to get a wee bit kind of. In fact, to be truthful with you, the kennel girl came into my kennel one day, and she was walking up and down the kennel tormenting my dogs, as she does, because that's where they all started off with her. And she comes straight up to me, she says, "Rob, what's wrong with Axel?" I says, "What do you mean?" She says, "He looks a wee bit depressed. He looks a wee bit down in himself." I says, "There's nothing wrong with him. He's fine. He's just, can I take him back over to my place?" And she's got him over at her kennel. She had him over at her kennel, and she's playing about with my ball and all the rest of it. It's still part of your kennels, like,
Yeah.
but she's playing about with him in the ball and all the rest of it. And it just seems to have found a new life about him and all the rest of it. So whether it's because, I don't know, sometimes when you switch dogs about in kennel and all the rest of it, sometimes it just, I dare say it might be like us going in Tenerife on a holiday or that, Floyd.